Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to Studio X, and this is another one. DJ Khaled. Alright. Did a YouTuber just reveal America's new stealth fighter? Watch out, Sandbox. This is today's video. So, is this a F-47? Or is this a Navy's version, which I'm sure they are working on? Like recently I read some things that made me feel like, yeah, that must be true. That companies like Lockheed, Northrop, Boeing, whatever, kind of works on the certain fighter jets, even if US didn't announce them, because internally they probably know there will be a time where they will announce it, so might as well start now. And it just works if you're already making F-47, so Boeing and everybody's probably working on the Navy version as well. So it could be something new, right? You never know, because recent fight with Iran probably showed errors. Where are the cracks, where is something working great or where it can improve. So Navy is one place where they're like, maybe let's make another plane. I don't know, maybe. I'm pretty sure there was reports were out like, yeah, like US military is thinking about, now like next generation of Navy plane. It was, like put on shelf, now maybe not. It could be anything. It's going to be interesting. Let's do this one.
Finally gotten our first real look at America's new stealth fighter, thanks to thermal footage captured over Area 50.
This looks like F-47 though, right? Look at the fronts of those wings small. I love how everybody thought it's gonna be a triangle, like a UFO triangle. Even China's like, we're gonna create a triangle first, and America's like, I'm in completely different place right now. What you talking about? This is where next generation goes, and look at that. It's completely different than a triangle.
One by a video creator who goes by the name Project Fear on YouTube. Now, this image was posted earlier today as a preview of a new video that the channel says will go live tomorrow on June 5th. And because I hadn't heard of this channel before, I was ready to dismiss it as just another hoax. That is, until I read Stefano D'Urso's coverage of the image for The Aviationist, because he reached out to a creator that we all already know spends his nights camped out in the desert hills surrounding the Groom Lake installation that we commonly call Area 51, named Anders Ottesen, who runs the channel Uncanny Expeditions. Now, I spoke to Ottesen a few months back when he captured some very unusual footage of a triangular aircraft flying over that same stretch of Nevada desert. Now, Ottesen told The Aviationist that he was not there the night they captured this footage, but that he actually does know the team personally who got it, even helping them to find good locations to record from and helping them find the right kinds of gear to record the night sky over long distances. He is confident that the footage is real, and to date, Ottesen seems like a pretty trustworthy character. He said he knows people are calling the footage fake in part because the Project Fear channel usually focuses on paranormal subject matter, and he wanted to address that by saying, and I quote, "It is indeed real and
these things overlap. These people are trying to find UFOs in Area 51, but they can't find what there is actually to be found, right? So that doesn't surprise me. It just makes sense. It's like people go to certain places trying to find ghosts, haunted places, and they figure out like something's radiated or something because they brought all the equipments anyway. It just makes sense. And that the earlier footage of a triangle that obviously Sandbox talked about in video before could be this plane, but it's so far away it looks like a triangle and doesn't have definition. So this is probably F-47.
shot on an infrared HCH-50R thermal, the same model that I own. Okay, so let's operate under the assumption that this footage...
Same model that I own. Watch out, I'm coming there. I'm going to be next hunting there.
...is real. What can we learn from it? I mean, not a ton. It isn't all that clear, but the first thing that comes to mind for me is the fact that this appears to be the third unique planeform design that we've seen tested over Area 51 in just the past few years. We have today's unusual-looking jet with what appears to be canards, cranked kite wings, and no tail.
This is literally F-47. Like, this is the render Boeing was showing, and even I said it like, why is it has this small wing things in the front? I guess that's what the future aerodynamics goes towards. I guess it's not complete triangle. It is that. Come on, if this is not F-47, I'll be surprised. maybe not. Usually designs are similar on upcoming projects, so it could be something like F-47 or F-47's drones that also look like that, but it's smaller, who knows?
Seemingly resembling Boeing's renders of the F-47. Then we have this Dorito-shaped aircraft that clearly is not a B-2, B-21, RQ-180, or RQ-170. And then we also have this
See, that's what I'm saying. This could be very far away, so it's getting blended up, and you can't see the definition. Otherwise, it could be the same image of the newer plane we saw. But just definition is blending in because it's so far away.
21, RQ-180, or RQ-170. And then we also have this unusual aircraft spotted in what Area 51 employees at least
That looks like a drone, isn't it? Look at that. It's like a long wing behind it. Those Enduril style drones, those RQ drones, right? Fury style drones. I don't know. That looks like a drone to me. I'm pretty sure you can you can do an investigation and know the length and width of it because it's at the pathway, and there must be some standards of how wide these pathways can be, how long it is. Maybe you can figure it out how big it is.
Used to call hoot and scoot sheds, parked on the runway of the base back in 2022. This satellite image was published by the War Zone. Now, we do know that the U.S. has at least 2 flying technology demonstrators to come from their next generation.
Okay, I don't want to pause too much, but how the hell do you have a satellite image of an Area 51? How did U.S. military allow that? Isn't that something, like if you see from Google, it's going to be blank because you're not allowed to see it. Did you, what others, like, did he get access to military satellite? That's insane.
Air Dominance program, which ultimately led to Boeing winning the Air Force contract to build America's new air superiority fighter, the F-47. We also know that the Navy is expected to choose between an F-47 derivative from Boeing or a different 6th-gen fighter design from Northrop Grumman for its new carrier-based fighter sometime this year. That program is currently maturing under the name FAXX.
Yeah, so obviously it's happening. I feel like it's going to be F-47's version, like from Boeing. Because Boeing already is doing, like, we're going to have 1,000 miles. So they're like, it's better to just get, same mentality with F-35, right? I'm pretty sure they're going to go with that. There was some like, okay, we don't want to make it so similar that there is like cracks in the armor. But you also don't want to make it so different that even for repairs, it's everything so costly. If you do it from Boeing and they're already making F-47, they're just going to create another version of F-47, so everything's cheaper.
And of course, it is possible that Boeing has already finished building their first production representative prototype of the F-47, which was expected to happen by the end of this year. But I think that might be a little too quick to really be all that likely. If I were a betting man, I would put my money on this being either one of those NGAD tech demonstrators or potentially a still classified uncrewed aircraft program. After all, I could think of nearly a dozen publicly disclosed collaborative combat aircraft or stealth drone wingman programs that are in testing and development as we speak, and there are sure to be a bunch more behind.
Dude, you have no idea the power of president calling you and pressuring you. They could, like, we will probably do it next year, and you have Trump constantly like, where is my plane? Where is my plane? Because he apparently put his name behind it. Because he announced it. It is also called F-47. He's 47 president. So you know, no idea. Maybe he's putting pressure there. And if that's the case, they might be like, okay, you know what? Let's speed through this. Let's put all the resources here so we can get it ready by this year. That could happen, right? So you might get this year. There could be an actual F-47 that's being tested right now.
Behind the classified veil. Now, lots of folks have pointed out that this aircraft does bear an apparent resemblance to some past Boeing stealth programs, notably the X-36 tailless flight demonstrator that flew in the late 90s. Some have said that we can see elements of Boeing's YF-118G bird of prey in there too, and that is one of my all-time favorite aircraft.
Nah, man, come on. This is not the same. This is just like it's general shape when you're claiming it. No, that's not. There's no way in hell that's the same thing. Well, this maybe, but even I don't see it, right? Like there's too much differences here. It's like this zigzag sword, but not at this level. And why would they test it out now after 90s? I don't know. I don't want to see, like, the width of the rear side is much bigger than the front one. Just same way F-47's render is. To me, this is F-47. This is completely different, man.
Demonstrator that flew in the late 90s. Some have said that we can see elements of Boeing's YF-118G bird of prey in there too, and that is one of my all-time favorite aircraft. It was actually designed, built, and tested entirely within the confines of Area 51 back in the 90s. But to be honest, the jet that it immediately reminded me of was the fake models of the F-19 that people thought the Air Force was building while the F-117 was in classified development. So until they actually reveal this jet to us, I'm just going to choose my own preferred reality and say the F-19 was real all along. We just didn't know it yet.
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that if this thing has been flying since there, has always been true, you just got the glimpse of it now, and they're like, oh no, they know now. If that's the case, imagine how many things are real that they say it's not real, and it's working. They even use it in military, but just doesn't tell anyone. Nobody has the image of it, nobody has the satellite data of it. There you go. US military, why would we tell you anything? I mean, that to me kind of makes sense. You don't want to flex when you're the most powerful country in the world. Who are you flexing against? You're already most powerful. So at this point, you keep your cards to yourselves. You hide things. You don't tell people what you have. That makes sense more to me. I don't know.
And if you've watched for this long, do me a huge favor and go download the Sandbox News app. It'll help.
Yeah, well, go to original video page link from there, support this channel. I love this. Every time I this morning where I am, I just woke up and like, oh, look at that. US military dropped a new album. Like, all right, new stealth plane. If it's Navy's new one, that would be insane, man. Because F-47's already coming. They're already making. I feel like Navy thing might be real because of the Iran thing. Like, US, if the data comes like, oh, these are the problems and these are the cracks, this operation didn't go the way we want it. If you're the richest country on the planet, you get that information. That would spearhead through, like, where's my new plane? I need it now. I don't know. All right, well, there you go. New plane just dropped. If you like my channel, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.